Hello there. Thanks for joining me today. We're jumping right in, starting with some neck stretches. So right ear, right shoulder. Take a breath. And then we're going to take that left ear to the left shoulder. And bringing that chin down to the chest. And taking that gaze up. Next, we're going to shake the wrist out, open and close the fingers. Nice quick warm up. We're going to come onto our backs and we're going to bring our legs up, pointed or flexed toes, doesn't matter. And we're going to engage by lifting up the upper body, and then we are going to pulse here for 10, trying to lift up to the furthest point. Feels nice for your core there. We're trying to fire it up. And on the 10th one, we're going to hold for 10 seconds in that most extended position that you have here. Trying to breathe through this, not holding or clenching the breath. And then a big hug of those knees. And then we're going to rock on over. We're coming down into our forearm plank. And we're going to do hip dips. So we're allowing the hips to drop over to the right or to the left. You could also do this in a plank position. We're going to do a plank with the knees down position is what I meant to say. And then we're just going to do this 10 times to each side. So it's going to be a total of 20. Of course, just doing it until it feels good for you. If you can't do 20, just do 10. And if you can't do 10, do 4. And if you can't do 4, like I said, get into a plank position and lower the knees down and then try. Beautiful. I know that was a lot of talking. I'm sorry. Coming into a bridge position here. So coming back onto the back, making sure that you can feel those heels, lifting up into bridge. And then we're going to bring the right leg up. And then we're going to flex the toe or point it, doesn't matter. And then we're pulsing here for 10. And then we are lowering that leg down and repeating this on the other side. Pulse of 10. Beautiful. Lower down, hug those knees in again if that feels good. We're going to rock up and come back into plank. And this time we're going to go into a side plank. And we're going to try to reach the arm up. And then we're going to try to come through under our rib cage. You can also lower the knee down if that feels better for you here. We're going to do this 10 times, both sides. Once again, if this is just not plausible for you, just lower that knee down and try this. It should help you with this pose. And go ahead and going straight on over to the other side, extending that arm, and then reaching under that rib cage for 10. Beautiful job. All right, we're coming back onto our backs here. Sending those legs out, pointed or flexed feet. Engaging the core with those arms pointed towards it, and then pulsing for 10, just reaching up as far as we can. And then on the 10th one, we hold. And then we hug those knees in once we feel good with that. And then we're going to rock right on back up, coming onto forearm plank. This actually was a nice way to do this, back and then on the arms. It was a really nice, it felt good to me to do this. Coming down to those forearms and rocking those hips left to right for a total count of 20. Of course, like I said, if it's only 4, give yourself a pat on the back for showing up and putting in the work, because daily steps are all that matters. Beautiful job. Coming back onto our backs, coming into the bridge position, and then we're going to do those leg pulses here. So making sure you can feel those heels, engaging through the core and the glutes to lift up, and then lifting that right leg up, pointed or flexed, and pulsing for 10. And releasing into the other side. This AC was feeling so good this day. We had some really hot days with no rain, and it was just so hot out there and so humid. Beautiful. Hug those knees in, and we got one more time with the plank, side planks, reaching under the ribs. So coming on over, right side, arm up, and then reach under for 10. Great job. Go ahead and oscillate over to the other side and bust out the last 10. Wonderful job. If you've made it this far, this was a tough one. And if you're doing this outside, give yourself even more pat on the back, because I chose the AC because it was so hot outside. We are going to take a nice stretch with this one. Once you get done, you can lower down to your belly. We're going to push up into our cobra here. You can even come up and straighten the arms to come into seal if that feels nice. And then we're going to come down onto our forearms for our Sphinx pose. This one is just my absolute favorite. It just forces the belly down and the chest up, and the more I pull the chest through, the more it stretches that core out, and it just feels so yummy. I really hope that you're enjoying this series. This was fun for me to travel around and take you guys with me. We've just been going through the Bahamas. We are in Exuma. This is our 3rd house here. We've really enjoyed it. As always, I appreciate you, and I thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste, my friends.